Hello, K40 laser cutter users. That's better. So, quick update. I haven't posted in forever, but I keep getting subscribers, so enough of you must be interested that I should make another video. So, my wife and I recently moved into a house finally, so we have our own garage. You can see the trusty K40 there and a bunch of other crap. We got some money and we were able to buy a new laser cutter. This was like 1,800 bucks off eBay. Works great. It's got the DSP, or well, I don't know if it's DSP, whatever. Anyways, laser cutter, no big deal. You guys all get it. The only thing I don't like is it's got the manual Z-axis adjust, but I overcame that by putting a little ruler thing here so I can see exactly what the height is. The thing I don't like about this is that you've got to get right down here to measure it accurately. If you're up here, you won't get a good reading. You got to be right down here and sight across the top of this. So, excuse me. Some quick things I did to the machine. One thing is when you're cutting, especially when you're engraving on something, you need to be able to get whatever you're doing square with the machine. So for instance, if I'm engraving on this glass, I want to be able to get it square and I don't want to have to guess. So on the back of the machine, what I did is I put in this piece of wood, and it's thicker than normally what I would cut with the laser cutter by quite a bit, but the laser cutter can still cut it. So I got it close to the right axis or lined up square with the rest of the laser cutter. And then I came through and had the laser cutter cut this edge out. And what that's done is now I have a solid edge that is guaranteed to be at the 0 Y coordinate all the way across the machine since the laser itself cut it. And that's just epoxied in place on the corners. I didn't want to epoxy it, I wanted to screw it in, but I figured if I ever don't need this, the Z-axis goes way, way down, so I could drop the Z-axis and put something else on top. But for 99% of what I do, I need this. I also installed these rulers on the side. You can buy this tape. It's fairly cheap on Amazon. I think it's like 10 bucks a strip or something. And for this one up here, I had to get what's called right to left tape. In the United States, or most of the world other than Asia, I think, we read left to right. So for the x-axis, this works great. 0's here, 21's down here. If I use left to right tape up here, then I would be reading left to right whenever this is 0. So instead I got some right to left tape. Not a whole bunch of choices to right to left tape, but it works. And what I use this for is I find an odd piece of wood, I want to use it, I just throw it up here real quick, and I can very quickly see the dimensions without measuring it. It just adds a frame of reference anytime you're using the laser cutter that really helps occasionally. Not all the time, but it helps. Another thing I have is my garage is cold. I'm in Oregon where it's humid, and I didn't want the laser to condense. I didn't want water to condense on the inside of the laser cutter. Condensation happens whenever one thing is colder than what's called the dew point. So that especially becomes a problem whenever laser cutter is cold, because it was out here overnight, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. I turn the heater on, heater warms the air in here to like 50 degrees, and now the laser cutter is cold enough that water will condense on it. I don't know if it's a real problem, I just wanted to make sure I don't have it. So I have this 40-watt incandescent bulb, which are now legal again in the US, or they won't be illegal to sell because of a regulation that was rolled back. One thing I might appreciate from we won't get into that. Anyways, by leaving that plugged in and turned on at night, it raises the temperature of the machine just enough that I believe it will stop the condensation. Another quick update, a friend of mine turned me on to 2 pieces of software that are freaking awesome, and I'll probably do a post just about those. One is called Lightburn. It's 80 bucks. I don't know if it works with the K40 or not, but it does work with this machine. And Lightburn is awesome. It has a lot of the features of Inkscape, which in my opinion is one of the best SVG editors. It's kind of between SVG and CAD, whereas Illustrator is more vector, but not a lot of CAD stuff. Lightburn has a lot of the same features. It's missing some of the advanced features, but for normal stuff, it works great. Reads all kinds of files, and it just works. And has so many extra features for those of us that use laser cutters. For those of you that are thinking of going to a bigger machine instead of the K40, the big pros are that you can do multiple layers, and you can tell each layer the speed and power of the laser. So with the K40, you're familiar with, you have 2 layers. You got your vector cut and your engrave if you're using K40 Whisper or something else. And so you run the first cut, or you do the engrave first, so you've got the power turned down low and the speed turned up. It finishes, and then you got to come back to the computer, change the laser speed, turn the power up for the cut. And with this, you can do all that in Lightburn or the program that comes with this, and then you tell it to go and it does both operations without you having to do anything. And it's a huge convenience. That's really about it. I mean, I got more wood, a table saw to cut the wood to fit in the machine, shopped forever on Craigslist and finally found a really good deal on a nice table saw that was cheap. And that's it. So my wife and I are starting a toy company. We're super excited and looking forward to it. And hopefully there will be some more updates soon. As for bonus content, well, I don't have anything extremely dangerous that we must take care of. I do have these cool, I needed a camera mount over here over my desk to do some videos of toys for Kickstarter videos. And I didn't quite know how I wanted to do it. So I ended up making these wooden Erector or Meccano set pieces, which are pretty sweet. And if anybody wants the file, post below and I'll probably upload part of it. I really like it. And it uses a common screw that I was able to order a bunch off Grainger super cheap. So I may turn that into a Kickstarter product too. We'll see. So anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's hopeful. I hope everybody cares about those people around them and life is good for you. If not, I hope it gets better. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.